Alrighty, good afternoon, everybody. We are lining up for the final game for Surrey White U18. It's the gold medal game. Surrey boys are just lining up now in the water at the moment. At the bottom of the screen, you're going to see Riley, Cole, Jackson in the net, Elliot Griffin swimming this way, Moses, and it looks like Nelson at the top side end of the screen there, and looks like Nelson will be doing the swim out for Surrey. Hoping the boys are ready. They had a restful morning, lots of time off, so they showed up in time to watch the Surrey girls win bronze. Congratulations to the Surrey girls. Got a big cheering squad here, so it might get loud. Here we go. Nelson on the swim out for Surrey. And there must have been a false start. I missed it, but we get automatic possession for some reason. I think the ref on the far side I overheard said that there was a push off by Storm. So if you push off the wall in the swim out, then it's an automatic possession for the other team. That's Jackson in the set, and Jackson gets a kick out. So Surrey is man up. That's Elliot Griffin passing to Cole, passing to Nelson at the top. Nelson passing back to Cole. Cole looking for a pass to set, goes across to Riley. That's Elliot Griffin with the ball back to Riley. Riley looking for a shot back to Elliot. Elliot wants to shoot. Riley wants to shoot. And it goes to Jackson. 80. And that was from Riley to Jackson, who tipped it in from the set. That was a beautiful play. They even had me tricked. I couldn't tell who wanted to take the shot, and it turned out they had that all cooked up. So good job by all the boys passing around. They were able to swing the ball over to Riley, who had a great pass to Jackson in the set, and Jackson just tipped it in. So squaring off at the middle again here, 7 minutes, 20 seconds into the first, and the score is 1-0 for Surrey. Just looks like they're sorting out some clock issues. I can't actually tell. One ref is pointing up to the scoreboard, but I'm not sure what they're talking about. So they're going to pass the ball out of the pool to get something sorted out. You can see the refs talking, but I don't know what they're talking about. And yeah, just going to have to bear with us, I guess. I can't tell what's happening. They just keep looking up at the scoreboard and trying to discuss something that's not making any sense. Still trying to sort it out. For anyone that's just joining us, Surrey already scored, and the first score is 1-0 for Surrey. 7 minutes, 20 seconds into the first, and we're lining up for something. Can't totally tell what's going on. There's some discussion with Vlad and Corey, the ref, about something. I can't quite tell. And they're saying, I'm confused. They're saying no goal. I don't know why. I have no clue why. Not very clear what the deal is, but they're taking the goal away for some reason. And I don't have an answer for you guys as to why. So we got the Surrey blue team to my left. So if you hear a lot of noise, that's those guys cheering. But still not totally sure why that goal got taken away. But unfortunately now it's 0-0. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So Storm's going to start with the ball. I guess we're starting with, I don't know why. They're starting with the ball. the goal got taken away. We have no idea why. So here's Storm on the offensive push, and that is Bulls check with the ball, and Riley's checked with the ball. Jackson's checked with the ball, and then passing the set. Moses, big crash. Nelson recovers the ball. Great crash, boys. Good defense. Moses was there. Riley was there. Nelson was able to come up with the ball. And a good crash by Surrey. Good defense by Surrey. So that's Elliot Griffin swimming the ball up. Passes it to Moses. Moses pass to Elliot Griffin. Elliot Griffin looking for a pass. Passes to Nelson. That's almost gets the ball stolen. Foul shot. And beauty. Nelson starts the scoring off then for Surrey. 1-0. Great shot by Nelson. Foul shot off the top. Finally gets the post in rather than the post out. He'll be happy about that. Big smile on his face. And now Storm with the ball. Surrey on the defense. That's Pulse check with the ball. Riley's check with the ball. Back to Pulse check with the ball. Up top there, swimming for it. And it's Jackson's check with the ball. Oh, shoot. And Moses gets a kick out, unfortunately, in the set. So now Storm is man up. Elliot Griffin's check with the ball. Mace's check with the ball. Pulse check with the ball. Coming in the set. Huge block by Elliot King from the set shot. Wow, nicely done. Nicely done. Shot came in from set on the man down and huge block. So now Surrey is even strength and on the offensive. It's Elliot Griffin with the ball, getting pressed hard by Storm, passes to Cole. Cole passes to Nelson. Nelson looking for a pass to set, wants to shoot again, lobs it. Good block by the Storm goalie. And Storm is on the offensive push now. That is Riley's check swimming up with the ball. Surrey's looking like they're covering the set. Well, that's Jackson's check with the ball. And pass to Nelson's check. Passes all the way to Riley's check. Big shot over the net and bounces back into the pool. Elliot King with the ball, looking for a pass. Passes it up to Elliot Griffin. Elliot Griffin looking for a pass. Elliot Griffin looking for a pass. Pulls on a bit of a drive. And Nelson's on a bit of a drive. Nelson up top looking for a pass to set. Passes to Jackson. Great pass to Jackson. And, yep, 5 meters for Jackson. Good job, Jackson. Yeah, great pass by Nelson to Jackson, who earns the penalty shot. And looks like they're going to get Elliot Griffin take the penalty shot. That was a good play by Surrey. So here's Elliot Griffin taking the penalty shot for Surrey. And, oh, darn it. Hits kind of like the top left corner, crossbar posts out, and Storm is on the offensive push now. That is kind of like Nelson's check up top there, looks like. They're looking for the set pass. Elliot Griffin's check with the ball. Passes to Jackson's check with the ball. And passes to Elliot's check with the ball. Jackson's check. Elliot Griffin's check. And shot blocked by Elliot Griffin. Great block by Elliot Griffin. But Storm gets a fresh 18 seconds on the shot clock. And back to Elliot's check. And great goal, unfortunately, for Storm. Score is now tied 1-1 with 4 minutes, 17 seconds left in the first. Still not totally sure why Surrey got that first goal taken away, but if I find out on one of the breaks, I will share with everybody. But at the moment, it's tied 1-1, 4 minutes, 15 seconds in the first. That's Cole with the ball, passes up to Elliot Griffin with the ball. Passes, oh, he's looking for a pass, sorry. Ilya's in the water. He passes over to Ilya there. Ilya looking for a spin and a foul. Gets the foul. Decides to pass to Nelson. Nelson passes to Cole. Great play, boys. And that ball unfortunately gets deflected over the net. That was a great play, though. Hopefully they can figure that one out. Storm's on the offensive push now. That is passes up to Nelson's check on the far side, trying to swim it in. Nelson's check passes up to that's Jackson's check, Ilia's check, Nelson's check with the ball. He wants to shoot. Passes over to Cole's check, back to Nelson's check. Cole's check, shot, beautiful shot. Far side, bottom corner. That was a great shot, great goal by Storm. Unfortunately, score is now 2-1 for Storm. Gonna have to lock those guys down up top. The shooting is pretty good. Hopefully, Elliott can find some blocks. It's going to need to in order to stop that stuff from happening. Cole's with the ball now. Surrey on the offensive push. Surrey, Cole passes to Elliott Griffin. Elliott Griffin with the ball. Looking for the pass. Got a bunch of drivers moving right now inside. Elliott Griffin looking for regular fouls. Got to pass it up. Nelson, and unfortunately gets stolen. Kind of a predictable pass. Nelson's going to have to hustle back. He's on the drive. Good swim, all the way, all the way. Elliott King comes to attack, and they're awarding a 5-meter. Good attack by Elliott. But they awarded a 5-meter for this. So let's go around. He's going to have to lock in. Good attack on everybody's part. Elliott guesses the wrong way, and Storm scores on the 5-meter. Now 3-1 for Storm. That's too bad. They kind of got away with a bit of a breakaway there. Elliott Griffin with the ball. Passes up to Ilya. Ilya looking for a pass in the set. Can't find it yet. Passes to Cole. Cole with the regular foul. Passes it over to Nelson. Nelson passes it to Ilya. Ilya passes into Jackson in the set, who gets side on. The ball gets stolen by Storm's set, and Storm's on the offensive push. Far side pass up to Nelson's check. That's Nelson's check with the ball. Passes to Riley's check, and Riley's check gets the foul and chooses to shoot right away, and they backhand and it goes wide of the net. So Elliott King with the ball now, looking for a pass up to Elliott Griffin. Elliott Griffin passes to Ilya. Ilya to Riley, back to Ilya. Quick pass. Oh, man. And unfortunately, there was an offensive foul in transition, so Storm's on the push now. It's Nelson's check with the ball, who's swinging back to defend. Elliott's looking for a blocker. That's Riley's check with the ball. Can't quite tell who deflected that, either Riley or Elliott Griffin, but good defense on their part, helped out. So the shot got blocked wide of the net, and then Surrey has the ball now. Elliott Griffin there with the ball, swinging up, passes it up to Ilya. Surrey's slowing it down a little bit. Definitely getting challenged in the Ilya tries for a quick shot, unfortunately hits the post, and it comes back out, and Storms recovers the ball. So Storm's on the offensive push. It is Surrey's getting organized now. That's Riley's check with the ball, passing it over to looks like Nelson's check, but Nelson and Cole are both dropped there. Goes up top to Jackson's check into set to Vaughn. And Storm scores from the set, making it 4-1 for Storm. Come on, boys. Got to change something up here. Not sure what's going on, but we're not doing a great job at defending, and we're getting, I hate saying unlucky on our shots, but we're getting unlucky on our shots. So score is now 4-1. There's 1:09 left in the first, and Surrey with the ball in the offensive push. That's Elliott Griffin with the ball right now. And Elliott Griffin looking for a pass. Can't find anybody yet. Cole's trying to drive. Nelson's on a bit of a drive. Let's go! It's a pass to Nelson into set to Jackson. Jackson's getting stormed, and Storm comes up with the ball. Yeah, they're just crashing so hard on Jackson that it's been really hard for him to get his hand on it. So Storm's on the offensive push now. That's Elliot Griffin's check with the ball. Cole's check with the ball. Griffin's check with the ball. Cole's check with the ball. Fumbles it a bit. Cole's check still with the ball. Elliot Griffin with the tip over from his checks pass. And Storm wants to shoot. Great shot. Skips over the net. And 20 seconds left in the first. Elliot King with the ball. Passes it up to Nelson. Nelson swimming it up. Nelson passes to Cole. Cole passes to Riley. Nelson swims in a bit. Looking for a pass. Looking for a foul. Looking for something. Oh, darn. Tries a shot with a second left on the clock. Goes wide of the net. Storm has the ball. And they're just going to let the first quarter time run out. So, end of the first quarter, 4-1 for Storm. Hopefully, Surrey can regroup here and get a little organized. And yeah, I'm going to put you guys on mute for a second. I'll let you watch Vlad hopefully work some magic here and get everybody back on track. Alrighty, Surrey boys swimming out to start the second quarter here. Let's see if I can tell you who's in the water in a moment. We got bottom of the screen on the left there, Riley. Beside him is Elliot Griffin, then Moses. We got Elliot King in the net. Beside Elliot is Jackson. We got Martin up top, and it looks like Nelson doing the swim out again at the top end of the screen. Start of the second period, 4-1 for Storm. Hopefully, Surrey is able to shift some momentum in this quarter. Don't want to say they got unlucky in the first, but they definitely had a few unlucky things happen. So that's Nelson up top taking the swim out, and he wins the swim out. And Martin recovers the ball. Good recovery by Martin. Had to kind of fight a little bit for it. And that's Moses with the ball up top. Surrey's on the offense now. Passes it to Elliot Griffin with the ball. Elliot looking for passes to Riley. Riley trying to get it to Jackson. Can't get it there yet. That's Elliot Griffin with the ball. It slips out of his hand, unfortunately. It's a regular foul. Passes it up top to Nelson. Nelson getting checked hard. Nelson with the foul. Goes for the shot. And blocked out of bounds, unfortunately. It's like they got Nash checking Nelson. Storm on the offensive push. And that is Nelson's check with the ball now. Up to Jackson's check. That is Riley's check. Nelson's check up top. That's Jackson's check. Back to Riley's check. And in the whole set, there was some shenanigans. And oh my goodness. Oh, that's so unfortunate. So there was a turnover for us. And then in transition, there was another turnover for Storm. So now Storm's got the ball again. That's Nelson's check with the ball. That's Jackson's check with the ball. That's Elliot Griffin's check with the ball. And that's Riley's check with the ball. And that's Nelson's check with the ball. There's the pass to set. And Elliot King, wow. That was unbelievable. Elliot King just gets his fingertips on the ball and is able to deflect it out of bounds. So now Storm gets a 2 meter. Means they got to bring the ball out here to the bottom of the screen for the 2 meter mark. And Storm starts with the ball, fresh 18 seconds, and that is Jackson's check with the ball, Martin's check with the ball, Jackson's check with the ball, Riley's check, Jackson's check, Riley's check, back to Jackson's check. They're going to try and shoot. Passes over to Elliot Griffin's check. Oh, good recovery by Nelson. Shot went off the post, far post, and came back out. Surrey is able to recover it, and we're on the offensive push. That pass goes up to Nelson, gets a regular foul. Passes up to Martin. Martin passes back to Nelson. Nelson passes to it's like Elliot Griffin, gets a regular foul. Elliot Griffin passes to Nelson. Nelson gets a regular foul. He's looking for a pass to Jackson, who, nuts. Good pass to Jackson. Flipped past him and into the Storm player's hands. So Storm recovers the ball, and they're on the pushback now on the offensive push. So Surrey setting up their defense. That's Moses check with the ball on the far side. That's Riley's check with the ball. Nelson in the set with Yvonne. And Riley's check with the ball. That is Jackson's check. Back to Elliot Griffin's check. Wants to shoot and made that shot. Wow. That was a crazy shot. Top right by the Storm player. And unfortunately, the score is 5-1 for Storm. That looks like they're subbing Moses for Ilya. We're going to have to figure out how to lock down the shooters from up top. They're kind of getting some opportunities to take some pretty open shots. So going to have to press them a little bit harder up there. They kind of seem to have the set figured out. Plus, they are able to shoot from up top. So that's not really helpful for us. That's Elliot Griffin's check, or Elliot with the ball, sorry. And Elliot's looking for a pass. Pass it over to Martin, who's open up on the far side. Martin looking for a pass or a shot. Fakes, shoots, blocked by the Storm goalie and recovered by Storm. And Storm's on the offensive push again. Storm swimming up the top of the pool there. That looks like Jackson's check with the ball. Wants to shoot, doesn't shoot. Ilya's check. Great block by Elliot. And Surrey on the offensive drive now. Elliot passes it up to Elliot. He's getting pressed hard at the bottom there. Gets a regular foul. Have to pass it up. Decides to pop it and swim, so he's going to swim with it. He's looking for a pass somewhere. Surrey's on the move. That's Ilya on the drive up top. Ilya up top. Tries to get the regular foul. Oh, recovers the ball. That was really good by Ilya. Passes it to Nelson. Nelson shot. Oh, my goodness. That was a great shot. There was also a great save, but it's good because it went out of bounds off the Storm goalie. So we get to recover it at the 2 meter. They're going to make us take it on this side, the right side of the screen, because it went out on that side. And the nice thing is it gives us a fresh 18-second shot clock and another chance. So that's Riley with the ball, passes it up to Nelson. He's getting pressed hard by his check. Nelson looking for somebody to send it to Elliot Griffin up top. Elliot gets a regular foul. Man, Storm is pressing hard. Oh, man, unlucky. Skip shot off the post. Martin recovers it, thankfully. Passes it back to Elliot Griffin. Elliot passes it to Set. Jackson's in Set. Oh, God. That's unbelievable. Holy cow. It was a great assist. I think it came in from Martin or Ilya. I can't remember, but Jackson did an incredible job at hanging onto the ball and fighting the defenders in the hole and getting the ball in the back of the net. That was a great goal. So the score is now 5-2 for Storm's winning 5-2, unfortunately. 4 minutes, 25 seconds left in the second period. Subbing Ilya for Moses now. I think we're going to try to get two guys in the set. Moses looking like he's going to cover. Storm has a pretty big set player there that was trying to cover. That's Elliot Griffin's check with the ball. Oh, great defense by Elliot Griffin. He's able to neutralize Storm's big center there and prevent the shot from coming off. Elliot King, big pass up to Riley. Riley looking for a pass. Passes to Moses, who's up top. Moses passes to Nelson. Nelson looking for a pass. wide open in the center. Nobody there. He's trying to get a foul so he can shoot because there's nobody blocking. Oh, bad, you got this. Big shot. Oh my gosh. No, I don't know. Something about not letting him shoot. I'm not sure why, but shot wouldn't have counted anyways, and it went off the crossbar. That's Nelson's check, sending the ball up. He wants to shoot, doesn't shoot. They're looking for the pass. Martin's check with the ball. Back to Nelson, check the ball. Shoot. Fortunately, Riley gets a kick out. Ilya's check with the ball. Moses check with the ball. Martin's check with the ball. And boys defense. That's Ilya's check with the ball. Shot hits the outside of the net on this side, and Surrey's ball now. Elliot King holding the ball, passes it up to Riley. Riley looking for a pass, passes it over to Martin. Surrey shifting a bit. Martin with the ball up top, passes it to Nelson. Nelson looking for a shot. Oh man, it goes wide. Unfortunately, that shot went wide of the net, and so Storm recovers the ball, and they're swimming it up right now. Oh no, wide open player on the side. Oh man, that was really too bad. Yeah, that Storm player got left open on the side, and he had a great shot cross cage to score. So unfortunately, it's now 6-2 for Storm with 2 minutes 38 seconds left in the second quarter. Surrey's got to figure out a way to get some goals, because otherwise Storm's going to just run with this. That's Ilya in the middle of the screen there, swimming the ball up, passes it to Elliot Griffin. Elliot Griffin, oh man, he gets the ball stolen. And Storm on the breakaway, swimming back hard. And Elliot Griffin, unfortunately, gets a kick out. And Storm with basically an empty net shot, and, or I should say a breakaway shot, and they scored on the man up. So it looks like Surrey is going to take a timeout. Score is now 7-2 for Storm, and 40. Actually, I don't know how much time's left in the second because they're counting down the timeout time right now. So I'll let you know when we're done with this timeout. Come on, boys. Let's figure this out. All right, Surrey coming out from their timeout speech. Hopefully they got something up their sleeve that will help muster a goal, because they're getting a little bit behind now. Elliot passes it up to Ilya, who's up top, getting pressed hard. Ilya passes it to Elliot Griffin's check, or Elliot Griffin, I should say. Elliot Griffin trying to get a regular foul. He's drawing them back. Big pass over to Martin. Martin spins his check, still holding on to the ball, passes it into Jackson, and they draw an exclusion in the stack. Good job, Jackson. Dropped it in. Jackson's able to get a kick out. So now Surrey is man up. Swimming it in. Oh, man. And Nelson took the first shot, rebounded back to Nelson, and he took another shot. And I'm not actually sure if Elliot Griffin tipped it in or Nelson's shot actually went in the second attempt. But either way, Surrey scored 7-3, minute 54 left. Second. And Storm on the drive now. That's Riley's check with the ball, passing up top, back to Jackson's check, to Martin's check, back to Jackson's check. Storm's been doing a great job at passing. Oh, man. And there's a kick out in the set position on Elliot Griffin, I think. Oh, man, that big center that Storm has is just taking total advantage of us in the center defender position. So they got a kick out and just didn't play out the shot clock. So they had a quick pass and goal. before Surrey even had time to set anything up. So score is now 8-3 for Storm. They're really taking advantage of their defense, our defense, I should say, and getting some good exclusions that are costing us, unfortunately. That's Martin with the ball. Martin passing to Riley, passing back to Martin, takes a beautiful shot, great goal by Martin. This came from Riley, and that puts us at 8-4. Minute 22 left in the second. Still lots of gameplay left, so hopefully we can figure out our defense a little bit more and get a few more goals like that, and we'll be away to the races. That's Martin's check with the ball up top, over to Riley's check, back to Martin's check, quick passing, back to Martin's check, back to Riley's check, back to Nelson's check on the far side, all the way up to Riley's check, wants to shoot a lob. Oh, and it went in. Lob shot from up top went in, and score is now, I believe, 9-4 for Storm. I'm just waiting to see if the clock updates, the scoreboard updates. 53 seconds left in the second period, and it is 9-4 for Storm. That is Riley with the ball, gets a regular foul, passes it to Jackson. Oh man, they gotta give us that goal. I'm gonna be so mad. This is so unbelievable. I honestly am like speechless at the moment. We're not getting the goal because there was an exclusion in the shot, so they're not counting the goal. So Surrey's man up. They have to play out the man up now. That's Martin with the ball. Martin with Ilya with the ball. Ilya back to Riley. Riley to Jackson. And, oh, sorry, that was Elliot Griffin trying to take the shot. The Storm goalie makes a pretty decent save, even though the shot was just okay. Yes, I don't know what to say. We've had 2 goals taken away. It's pretty frustrating, to say the least. Not what I like to see happen in a game like this. That is a bit of confusion on Surrey's part. Nelson's checked with the ball, comes into set. Big crash, good crash, and Surrey recovers the ball. Sorry, lots of whistles. I can't tell what's going on. Oh my gosh. I guess we're just passing it out. That was the end of the quarter. 9-4 for Storm, and I honestly am a little bit speechless at some of the calls that are going on and the fact that we've had 2 goals taken away from us. I have to admit the second goal that got taken is sort of legitimate because that's kind of just the way the rules work. When you get an exclusion at the time that you score, they make you play out the man up. And so that one didn't count, but unfortunately we also couldn't convert. So yeah, Surrey's looking a little frustrated, but hopefully at the half we can get our heads back on straight, take a deep breath, and come back strong for the third quarter. But at the moment, it's 9-4 at the half for Storm. Welcome back, you guys. Surrey's swimming out to set up for the third quarter. And in the water right now for Surrey, we have Cole on the right side of the screen, and Nelson, Jackson, Elliot Griffin, Riley, and Ilya on the far side. Elliot King still in net. And looks like Ilya is doing the swim out for Surrey. And here we go, start of the third. Hopefully the boys were able to muster something up in the halftime. Storm wins the swim out, so Storm's got the ball in the offensive push. Surrey on defense. And that pass goes up to Nelson's check. Pass across to Ilya's check, back to Nelson's check. Pass goes back to Jackson's check, back to Nelson's check. Passes to Cole's check, Nelson's check. Nelson pressing up top, back to Cole's check. Elliot King with a huge block. Good job, buddy. And recovered by Riley on the far side. And a whole bunch of shenanigans going on in the middle of the pool. And Elliot King still holding the ball, passes it up to Cole. Surrey on the offense. That's Ilya with the ball now. Ilya swimming it in, passes it to nobody. He's still hanging on to it. Surrey trying to set up. Good block by the Storm goalie. Good shot by Ilya as well. And Storm recovers the ball. Storm's on the offensive push now. Surrey on the defense. That is Riley's check with the ball up top. And it's hard to tell if Surrey's getting a little organized here. That's Jackson's check with the ball. Cole's check with the ball. And over to Elliot Griffin's check with the ball. Regular foul. Can't shoot. Goes up to Jackson's check with the ball. Passes to Cole's check with the ball. Oof. That's a good shot, but it went wide of the net. And Surrey's ball. Score still 9-4 for Surrey. It's Nelson with the ball up top. Looking for a pass. Gets a regular foul. Passes up to Riley. Riley gets a regular foul. Passes it into Elliot Griffin. Back to Nelson. Nelson's spinning the ball in a bit. Passes, great pass to Elliot Griffin. And goal. Ooh, that was close. Just trickled in, but Nelson made the assist to Elliot Griffin, who was able to finish and score now 9-5 for Surrey. 6 minutes, 20 seconds left. And that's confusing. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to keep my feelings to myself because I can't even wrap my mind around the reffing in this game. But I guess they're gonna call it a 5-meter instead because they didn't think the ball went in the net, but technically it was a 5-meter because of the defensive position of the player behind Elliot Griffin when he was shooting. So now it's Elliot Griffin's shot for the 5-meter penalty shot that he earned, and it's blocked by the Storm goalie. And so now we're 9-4 still for Storm. I can't even wrap my mind around how the reffing is going in this game. We're getting absolutely robbed. It's infuriating. That is Cole's check with the ball. Good attack by Jackson. That is Cole's check with the ball. Shot is tipped over by Elliot Griffin, who was defending in the center position there. Elliot King passes it up to Elliot Griffin. Yeah, 5 minutes, 50 seconds left in the game. 9-4 still for Storm. I'm having a hard time keeping it together based on what's going on with the reffing in this game. That is Cole's with the ball, passes it back to Riley. Riley gets a regular foul. He can shoot if he wants. Looks for the pass to Cole. Beautiful. Oh, a great play. Great play. Riley gets the foul up top. Passes it to Cole on the drive, who finishes and scores for Surrey. Score now 9-5. That was an awesome assist by Riley and a great finish by Cole. 5 minutes, 35 seconds left in the third quarter, and Storm on the offensive push now. That is Ilya's check with the ball, Cole's check with the ball. Over to Nelson's check with the ball. Back up top to Cole's check, all the way over to Nelson's check. Nelson's check with the ball. So Ilya's check with the ball, up to Cole's check with the ball. Wants to shoot over the net. And Surrey on the offensive push. Elliot passes up to Nelson. Nelson passes to Ilya. Ilya gets a regular foul. looking for a pass all the way over to Cole on the far side. Cole passes to Nelson up top. Nelson gets absolutely mauled. Should be a 5 meter. Nelson scores. Great goal from up top off the foul. And that score now 9-6 for Surrey. That was a great goal by Nelson. 4 minutes, 55 seconds left in the third quarter. Got to try our best to keep the defense going and Storm on the offense now. Up top is Riley's check with the ball, Jackson's check with the ball. Over to Ilya. There's Ilya's check with the ball. That's Riley or Jackson's check. Nelson's check with the ball. Ilya's check with the ball. Up to Jackson's check. Wants to shoot. Great block by Elliott. Oh, Jackson. Oh, man. No. So Storm recovers the ball. Great block by Elliott King on that shot from up top. Jackson's check with the ball. Nelson's check with the ball. Back to Jackson's check with the ball. Wants to shoot again. Goes cross page. Oh my gosh. Hits the crossbar. Bounces out. Storm recovers it again. That is Nelson's check with the ball. Storm's slowing it down a bit. All the way across cage to Riley's check. Up to Jackson's check. Into the set. Good crash. Surrey. Good crash. And they can't get a shot off. So we recover the ball. Good defense, boys. Good defense. Elliott passes up to Cole on the top. Cole swinging it up. Cole passes in to Elliott Griffin. Griffin with the ball. Passes out to Ilya with the ball. Up top to Nelson. Over to Cole. Good recovery, boys. Cole swimming it in. Great. Oh, I thought that was going in. Shoot. Just went wide of the net. Great shot by Cole. It just went wide of the net. Storm on the offensive push. That is passes over to, looks like Ilya's check with the ball. Surrey's getting set up here. Jackson's check with the ball. Cole's check. Nelson's check. Oh my. Oh, that was really too bad. It looked kind of like it got deflected in, but either way, shot came from up top. Went in the net. Storm scored 10-6 now for Storm. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Don't want to say that was lucky, but it was a little bit lucky, unfortunately, for us. That's Elliott Griffin with the ball. Passes up to Cole. Cole somewhere up top there, looking for a pass. Surrey setting something up. Cole passes all the way to, oh, wow. Oh, Nelson. That's it, bud. That's it. Nelson trying to get the ball back after a pass gets stolen. It's a good try. Storm on the offensive push. Surrey coming back to defend. And Jackson's check with the ball. Passes it over to, looks like Elliott Griffin's check with the ball. Ilya's check with the ball. Back to Elliott Griffin's check with the ball. Jackson's check with the ball. Jackson pressing. Oh, wow. Cole with a great block in front of the net. I think Elliott had it covered, but Cole was definitely there and deflected it over the net, which is helpful. So it ends up being our ball. That was a pass up to Nelson. Passes it to Cole. Cole gets a regular foul. He's looking for a pass somewhere to Nelson. Nelson looking for a pass in the set. Nelson trying to get rid of the ball. Can't quite get rid of it. And ball gets stolen, unfortunately. And Surrey on the defense again. Storm with the ball. Putting it up on offense. Surrey getting set up. That is Riley's check with the ball. Into set. That is good crash. Oh boy, double post. And we come up with the ball, thankfully. That was a real weird, unlucky slide over to the second post. All kinds of shenanigans going on in the water. Elliott passes it up to Cole. He's got to swim a little wide to retrieve it. Helps slow everything down. Nelson with the ball all the way over to Riley with the ball. Into set. Great. Yes, there we go. Great pass by Riley. Perfect. So it went full side of Jackson. And since he had two players on his back and the ball got pushed towards the net, we get awarded with a 5 meter. And Riley's coming in to take the 5 meter. Surrey girls here to cheer him on. About Riley. Riley taking the 5-minute. Refs asking the Storm players to give him space. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe it. Riley's 5 meters blocked. And now Storm on the push. Come on, Elliot. Come on, Elliot. Elliot King with a big block. Get rid of it, Ilya. Get rid of it. Storm pressing hard. Thankfully, Ilya draws the foul. After a big block by Elliott, passes it up to Nelson. Nelson on the offensive drive now, looking for a pass. Passes it up to Elliott Griffin. Nelson driving in. Riley with the ball. Oh, man. And pass gets stolen from Storm. And Storm on the offensive drive. That is Jackson's check with the ball. A pop to Cole's check with the ball. Into set. Good defense by Surrey. Ball under. And we come up with the ball. Good defense on the center defending position for Surrey. Really good defense. Elliott looking for a pass. There's 35 seconds left in this quarter. A lot of goals. Still 10-6 for Storm. That's a pass up to Cole. 27 seconds left. And Cole looking for a pass over to Nelson, who's getting swarmed. And Nelson wants to shoot. Shot hits the crossbar. I have no idea why they're not allowing the shot to happen. I thought I saw Corey's hand go up, but something happened, so they're not allowing it either way. It hit the crossbar and came out. So Storm on the offensive push with 8 seconds left. It's going to be a shot at some point here. Probably from this player. Nelson blocking and skips over the net. Elliott Griffin might have got a hand on it. And there's 1 second left. So Elliott wings it and it's blocked by the Storm goalies. So end of the third, 10-6 for Storm still. And Surrey looking a little bit better in that quarter, but man, oh man, I cannot reiterate enough how close we're getting on calls in this game. I'll leave it at that and go take a deep breath, and I'll be back shortly. Alrighty, Surrey swimming out to set up the fourth quarter score till still 10-6. If anybody missed it from before, in the lineup for Surrey swimming out right now, we got Nelson on the far right of the screen, Martin beside him, Jackson, Moses, Elliott Griffin, and then looks like Riley doing the swim out up top, and Elliott King still in net. Yeah, hopefully Surrey can muster up some offense here. Sorry. And we are away to the races. Riley on the swim and just barely gets beat out by Storm. Wins the swim out, and Storm's on the offensive push now. Surrey setting up their defense. That's Martin's check with the ball. That's Nelson's check with the ball at the bottom. And back up top to Riley's check. Riley's check with the ball passes down to Jackson's check. Jackson's check with the ball back to great block by Elliott. Go, bud, go. Yeah. Woo. Good job. Great shot by Storm. Great block by Elliott. And we recover the ball. Elliott passes it up to Elliott Griffin. Surrey on the offensive push. Passes it up to Riley. Riley, oh man, it was a little slow in the pass into Jackson, but goes far side and overthrow, unfortunately, ends up in Storm's hands and Surrey on the defense again. And it looks like we're going to say Nelson's swimming it back, but Surrey's still kind of getting the defense set up, so it's hard to tell. That's Elliott's check on the far side. Jackson's check with the ball. He's going to shoot. He's going to fake the shot. Martin's check with the ball. Back up top to Nelson's check with the ball. Nelson, regular foul, big lob. Elliott saves the lob. Good job, bud. And there's something going on here. Nelson on the drive up top. Not exactly sure what happened, but there it is. Weak over to Elliott Griffin into Jackson, who, no call. Nelson had a great pass to Elliott, who had a great pass to Jackson, and I guess Storm's defense was clean, questionably clean, and they come up with the ball. So we're on defense again, and that's Elliott Griffin's check with the ball, Nelson's check with the ball, Elliott Griffin's check with the ball, and wants to shoot. Great block by Elliott King, good recovery by Moses, and it looks like a big pass up to Elliott. Oh no, Elliott King sent a terrible pass up to Jackson, who was on a breakaway. And unfortunately, Storm recovers that. So now Storm's on the offense again, and we're on the defense. That's Elliott Griffin's check with the ball. They're trying to set up the set. Elliott Griffin's check, gets a foul to shoot, and shoots, goes off the crossbar. Elliott kind of had it covered. And Surrey on the offensive push. 5 minutes, 30 seconds left in the fourth. Score still 10-6. That's Elliott Griffin with the ball up top. Like swings it up, passes to Riley. Riley gets a regular foul, looking for a pass in the set. Doesn't have anyone. Passes it to Moses. Moses is looking for a pass or a shot. Passes it to Martin on the far side. Martin getting swarmed. Passes it to Nelson. Nelson with the shot. Funny. Oh my God, I cannot tell you how unlucky we have gotten in this game. It's killing me. Shot got deflected by their defender and just trickled over the line, but didn't go in the net. So this is Storm on the attack now. Big shot. And Elliott with a huge save. He picked it out. So they're giving them a 2-meter. Elliott just deflected that up and over the net. It's a big block. And Storm with the ball. Martin attacking his check. And Surrey setting up their defense here. That's Riley's check with the ball. Jackson's check with the ball. Jackson doing a great job of defending there. Riley's check with the ball up top. Over to Elliott Griffin's check. A lob goes over the net. And Surrey's ball. 4 minutes, 36 seconds left in the fourth. Score still 10-6. Those days where I feel like we just can't buy ourselves a goal. I've said that before. Oh, good job, Jackson. Jackson earns an exclusion in the transition, in the set position there. It's great. That's Martin with the ball now. Surrey's setting it up. Martin passes to Nelson, passes all the way over to Riley, passes up to Elliott Griffin, back to Riley. Riley looking for a pass in, doesn't have a pass up to Elliott, back to Riley. Riley for the shot, gets blocked. We recover the ball. Martin has it, shoots, hits the goalie, and Storm recovers the ball. Oh my God. Seriously, lead action. There's a in transition. Moses was able to earn a offensive foul, so it's our ball again. And for the love of goodness, if we could get a goal, it would be awesome. So that's Moses with the ball, passes to Martin. Martin all the way over to Riley. Riley gets swarmed, regular foul. Riley looking for a pass to set. Oh man, and not quite there. And Storm comes in and steals the ball. Storm's slowing it down. 3 minutes, 42 seconds left in the game. Score still 10-6. Cannot believe how many goals we have not gotten for calls and unlucky opportunities. So that is Nelson's check for the ball. Goes for a huge shot. and hits the far post, skips out, and Elliott swims out to recover it, passes it up to Elliott at the bottom of the screen there, passes it to Nelson, who gets swarmed and no call. I cannot tell you how many times this has happened in this game, and now Storm on the breakaway. This game is just infuriating to say the least. Huge block by Elliott King, and we, of course, I can't tell what's going on here, so just bear with me. That was Riley driving in to try to get the ball. I'm really hoping that we get this. That's a huge block by Elliott on the. Oh man! I mean, the way this game is going, I'm just not even a little bit surprised that Storm gets the ball, and I don't know what's going on. They're taking a moment here. 2 minutes 49 seconds left. Somebody's getting rolled. Oh, he's rolling somebody on Storm, but I don't know who. Oh, they did double. Martin's getting rolled. I have no idea why. And the yeah, he's rolling the double roll. I don't have a clue why. I didn't see what happened, but number 2 on Storm got rolled and Martin got rolled, and I have no clue what caused that because it was off ball. So I don't know what was going on in the field to cause that to happen. But we had a double roll, which I haven't seen before, and it looks like I guess we're basically playing 5-on-5 now. But of course, Storm's going to get the ball, and I'm just waiting to see what's going on here. The refs are chatting about it. And it's so unfortunate. This game is frustrating to watch from my angle, so I'm sure it's the same for you guys, but we cannot reiterate enough about how many calls have not gone in our favor. It's just gotten to be a bit silly. And they're still trying to sort out what's going on. I think they're basically saying Martin has to leave the pool deck, and same with the Storm player. It's usually what happens when you get a brutality. So Storm starts with the ball at the 2 meter. They're swimming it in. That's Nelson's check with the ball. Moses check with the ball. Big shot. Skipped over the net. Thankfully, that didn't turn into a goal. And Surrey with the ball. Passes up to Elliott Griffin. Elliott Griffin passes to Rory's in the pool. And Rory looking for it. Oh, man. That is so unbelievable. I can't even begin to tell you the amount of bogus calls going on in the pool right now. I swear, like somebody, anyways, in the transition, one of us swam into one of their players and they're calling it a headbutt. So Storm was able to get the ball. It's an offensive. Oh, lob attempt hits the post, thankfully, and comes out. Elliott King recovers the ball, passes it up to Elliott. 2 minutes left in the game. Score still 10-6. One of those games that that's Nelson with the ball, passing it over to Elliott Griffin, up to Riley. Riley looking to pass the set. Over to Nelson, who skips it in and scores. Oh man, they even had me tricked on that play. I thought they were going to Jackson, but they had Jackson set up as a decoy, and Riley had an awesome pass over to Nelson, who was able to skip it in short side and score. So score now 10-7 for Storm, winning. Minute 53 seconds left in the fourth. Not a lot of time left in the game, but I do like seeing Surrey never give up the fight, especially considering that everything about this game has not been in our favor whatsoever. Storm calls a timeout, and which is often what happens when the other team's got a bit of a drive going. So they're going to slow things down a bit, take a minute, talk about things, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, here we are. Storm called the timeout, so they get to start with the ball at the top usually gets given to the goalie. It'll be just to the left of the screen, but it'll be out of the screen. Oh no, you'll be able to see it there. So Storm starts with the ball up top, and we're even strength, but they get to start with an advantage just having the ball up top there and being able to set up their offense already. So a minute 45 left, scores 10-7. Storm looks like they're just kind of slowing things down a little bit. They don't really have any reason to press the shot clock too much, but that is a big pass over to Elliot Griffin's check into set. Great defense by Moses. Oh my goodness. That was amazing by Moses. He's able to jump in and scoop the ball without getting any kind of exclusion, and Nelson picks it up. And that's Riley up top with the ball, doing a great job at trying to fend off that defender who's not giving him any space. He should be. Passes it over to Rory up top there with the ball. Rory looking for a pass to Nelson with the ball. Nelson wants to shoot bad. Shoot, but it kind of hits the defender. Shoot. And it kind of skips again, like in such an unfortunate direction. God. And Storm picks up the ball less than a minute, 10-7. So they're just going to slow it down. There's no reason to make anything happen. I don't. Jeez Louise. I have no idea what to say. Oh, sorry. There's a ball from the other pool that came into our pool, so they got to pause the game. It's at the top of the screen there. They're just hucking it out now. So they're just pausing the game while they sort that out. And they'll give the ball back to Storm. Yeah, I'll tell you, I don't even know what to say about this game. It's been really, really unfortunate for us. But Surrey's been doing a great job at not quitting on this. Very impressive. Regular foul for Storm. They can shoot, so it's going to be a big shot coming. And kind of a cheesy way to finish the game, but 42 seconds left, score 11-7. And now it's our turn to be on the offense. Bunch of subs happening. Nelson's out, Moses is out, Jackson's out. We got Acom, Cole, Ilya, Rory, and Elliot Griffin, and Riley in the water for the last 42 seconds of the game. That's Cole with the ball up top. Cole swimming it up the side of the pool. And Cole gets a regular foul. I'm looking for a pass. He's trying to find somebody. There's Acom up top with the ball. Some movement in the middle of the pool for Surrey. Cole with the ball again. I'm looking for passes up to Riley. Riley with the ball. Gets a kick out, finally. Maybe a little late than ever. Unfortunately, overpasses it to Ilya with the ball. Ilya passes it to Elliot. Surrey setting up 10 seconds left in the game. Ilya passes to Riley. Riley, regular foul. He could shoot. 4 seconds left. Ilya over the net. That's that. 2 seconds left. Storm's ball. They're just going to play the clock. And that is the end of the game. Try my best to keep my feelings to myself on this one. Scores 11-7 final. One of the most ridiculous games I've probably witnessed in a while. Can't say that there's anything that went in our favor. And I can count 3 goals for sure that got taken away from us. But you know what? The boys didn't give up, which is awesome. And that means that they end up with a silver medal, second place. So good for them. They should be proud of that. And nothing else they really could have done to make that go any other way. So good job, boys. Hang in there. Final was 11-7 for what it's worth.